the game started off pretty rough. What was the key to that third quarter comeback to erase the 25-point deficit?
I mean, bringing a little physicality to us defensively. We just follow them around, let them get whatever they wanted pretty much for the first half. Got way too comfortable. A team that has a lot of guys missing, nothing to lose, and a bunch of guys trying to take advantage of their opportunity, and they came out with more urgency and toughness and everything than us in the first half.
Jabari played a really big role in the comeback in the third and the fourth and in OT. Just what did you see from him, and did he miss that second free throw intentionally at the end?
Yeah, we had to miss it. Obviously put Steven and Alpi in to get on the glass. Didn't have a timeout, and if you make it, obviously we got to go full court after free throws, whether they make it or miss it. So got some big bodies. We know we're good at crashing the glass, and one of the best misses I've ever seen as far as that. Like, didn't come off hard, nice bounce. Alpi obviously did a great job coming in after not playing a lot of the second half, being ready for that. But Jabari was huge, obviously. Too many contributions to talk about across the board, but he was big, obviously 30 for him, 30 for Jalen. A bunch of big shots down the stretch. Jalen career high assists. Biggest comeback, I think they said, in team history or whatever. And so, and be coming and playing when he didn't play most of the second half. So Jabari was right there with everybody, but across the board, it was a great job by everybody. Very resilient win.
After Fred got ejected, I mean, first of all, did you think that was a flagrant two?
No, he grabbed his arm, but he hit him in the arm. Like, it's nothing to the head. It's a hard foul. Flagrant one. I mean, the three he got fouled on was, they didn't look at that, didn't call it, obviously, but that's more of a flagrant than what he did. He run into a guy's legs, run under him. They're supposed to check that. Obviously, they didn't even call it, but a wind-up, I guess, is a flagrant two nowadays. Even if you don't hit him in the head, you intentionally grab his arm, yes, but hell no, that wasn't flagrant two.
But for him to go out and you not have kind of your guy who calms you down on the floor and to keep your composure and be able to finish out the game, just what does that say about kind of the growth of the rest of the team?
It was big. Obviously, put the ball in Jalen's hands. He made all the right reads, 30 points, 13 assists. And, yeah, took over as the handler scorer toward the end. And so great job by him. Like I said, he's grown tremendously in that area with our man being out and Fred being out for those times. Much more comfortable at it and just made the right read over and over tonight.
Coach, the ability of this team to create extra possessions, obviously all season long, just how crucial was that tonight in terms of you playing against a shorthanded team in Philly, but you guys are able to create extra cracks in the ball even though things weren't going as you would have hoped.
Yeah, we didn't shoot it well early. That's what kept us even in striking distance early. They were obviously making everything, and due to our lack of pressure defensively, made it too comfortable. But 23 offensive rebounds, 27 second chance points, and most of our baskets to start the game were putbacks or getting on the glass. And so it's what we've done all year, being the best at it in the league. We understand who we are, and it's an area where you really can take advantage of teams, especially obviously them with no centers tonight.
What does it say about the resiliency of Alpi to have sat so long, but then coming to be such a key contributor down the stretch at the end of the game and in overtime?
Yeah, he stayed ready. We gave him kudos in there, and it's tough to do. Obviously, unhappy with not playing for a stretch there. We obviously went small and got back in the game without him, and so we went with that for most of the second half. But to be prepared to come in and obviously get that late tip in, but also dominate the overtime, he had to put on his game face and attack like he always does. And so great job by him. Knowing he wasn't happy, you could see it, but didn't hang his head, didn't pout about it, came in there, made an impact, and won us a game.
I know plus minus isn't everything, but you guys were plus 30 in the 22 Jay-Sean Tate minutes. What did he give you guys tonight?
Yeah, it was a small ball lineup, and he was a big part of it, obviously. And so they were getting all the threes, getting a little bit too much penetration and kicks. And so we obviously went to our smaller lineup to downsize and switch everything, switch all our actions. And it was just better pressure defensively, taking away those shots. And, Jay-Sean was a big part of it with Jabari going small there. And so, yeah, that's reflective there of that group that came in and, erased the 25-point deficit in the third quarter alone.
I know as coaches, you try to prepare your team for as many scenarios as possible. That miss there, do y'all practice that just in case you might need that? Like with Jabari's free throw, is that something you guys practice?
We haven't practiced it, but we have done it in games before. And so, obviously, with Steven and Alpi, two really good rebounders. And like I said, they're undersized, but the miss was, like I said, the best I've probably ever seen. Perfect bounce, and if we had a timeout, maybe make it and get a trap and draw something up later. In that situation, it worked out perfectly, obviously, but you don't want to let it get down to that. Obviously, could have done much better throughout the game to avoid that situation.
Was it the way you all? Go ahead, Kim.
What was the message at halftime? Would you tell the guys at the half?
And we got to guard one-on-one first and foremost. Like, nothing works if you aren't guarding your yard, guarding your guy one-on-one. I think they were just too comfortable. Everything was walk-in threes, pull-ups, or just straight blow-by drives. And so had to take a little pride on that end. Obviously, 75 points in the half is way too high. 44-point first quarter. Everything we're about, that was opposite. And so take some pride in that, first of all. And then from there, we can get out and run and get back in the game, chip away. And did that with the offensive rebounds, got the stops in that quarter, obviously outscoring them 45-24. So worked our way back from the deficit. Tough start to the fourth, but love the resiliency of them fighting back into it.
Quentin Grimes has bounced around a little bit in the NBA, but how impressive was his shot-making ability tonight?
Yeah, he's been on a heater right now. So I talked about it before. He's averaging 20 since he's got traded, but he had a 43-piece against Golden State, a few weeks ago. He's had 35, 36, 25 plus in like 4 or 5 straight games. Obviously did that tonight. So it's impressive, taking advantage of the opportunity with the guys out and showing some things that people haven't really seen. So credit to him. Gave us a hard time, obviously, and we had to go after him quite a bit at the end to get it out of his hands.
Feels like you guys always have these types of games against teams that are below 500, like lower in the standings. Why do you think that is?
I don't know about the record or whatever. I think it's just a human nature and natural letdown when some guys are missing. You saw that against Brooklyn, Utah, some of those teams, but something is obviously going wrong there. I got to do a better job of getting us prepared for these games. We can talk about it, but understanding that we rise to the level of our competition, we can't play down to our level either. And so I got to do a better job with that, with some games coming up with the same things. We play Utah again, play some more lesser teams, and got to avoid that. Everything counts now, and not just getting up for the big games and the guys around us in the standings. Got to take care of business when we can. So got lucky in that aspect in a lot of ways, but also credit for fighting back into it.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Carl.
Thank you.
Thank you.